Hi, I'm Tom DeWeese, president of the American Policy Center and founder of the New Property Rights Network. I think you know our nation is in the midst of a very dangerous revolution. The American system of free enterprise, private property ownership, and individual liberty is under attack by a political force that, while plainly out in the open for all of us to see, is little understood and mostly ignored. Yet an army of private non-governmental organizations or NGOs, city planners, and federal agencies have teamed up specifically to change human society under a banner called sustainable development. It is gaining power in every state, in every county, every community, under the false threat of environmental Armageddon, demanding that we completely reorganize our economic system, our representative form of government, and our individual lifestyle. While termed in positive-sounding purposes, in reality, sustainable policy imposes massive government regulations enforced through state and local governments. These policies place severe restrictions on energy use and water use. Development schemes seek to ban the use of cars, instead forcing ridership on massively expensive and inconvenient public transportation systems, and meanwhile, so-called visioning programs follow enforcement of international policies to reorganize communities into a one-size-fits-all straitjacket. In the rural areas, such policies are purposely designed to make it nearly impossible to live on the land, leading to the destruction of the ranching and the timber industries. And in the cities, the policy known as smart growth is using federal grant money and public-private partnerships between developers and government officials to impose eminent domain, destroying private ownership. In the inner cities, development policies routinely bulldoze low-income and ethnic neighborhoods. These are then replaced with expensive high-rise condos which the original residents can't afford, and that forces them into government housing and federal welfare programs from which there is no escape and no hope of building a life of their own. Private property ownership is the single most effective tool to eradicate poverty, yet it is being systematically eliminated under these programs. For homeowners across the nation, property rights have been basically reduced to the obligation to pay your taxes and to pay the mortgage, while nearly every other decision about the use of the property is made by a government agency. Without the right of unrestricted use, property ownership becomes a barren right. Individual choice is eliminated by the dictates of the collective, and free enterprise is replaced by partnerships between government and huge corporations. Those private corporations then use their tight connections with government to help eliminate their competition, all under the innocent-sounding excuse of sustainable development. To help you fully understand the danger we face with these policies, I've written a new book. It's called Sustainable: The War on Free Enterprise, Private Property, and Individuals. My book, Sustainable, provides answers to some vital questions that every American must learn as sustainable development invades your community. Questions such as these. First of all, what is sustainable development? The lost definition of property rights. We've forgotten. 10 points to define true property rights. 6 real questions that planners should ask before the community agrees to their planning schemes. 10 questions to ask before signing a conservation easement. 10 reasons to avoid non-elected regional councils. Who takes the walk of shame in the battle to protect property rights? And finally, what is the workable solution to restore property rights and stop sustainable development takeover of your community? All of this is in my new book, Sustainable. And this book clearly makes the case that American culture and our system of representative government are the targets of a revolutionary threat that, if not stopped, will lead us all to a dark ages of misery unlike anything we have ever experienced in this nation. Sustainable: The War on Free Enterprise, Private Property, and Individuals is available now at my website, sustainabledevelopment.com. I hope you'll get a copy, learn from it, share it with your local elected officials, and join my fight to stop the assault on American freedom. Thank you.